Okay. So let's go ahead and begin. Yeah. Um, I guess I will introduce what this call will be, and then Ellanah and I will go back and forth. So, hello, my name's Alicia, if you're new to meeting me, and I'll have Ellanah introduce herself. We decided to host a free event all about Yoga Nidra or non-sleep deep rest with the intention of really just talking about the benefits of Yoga Nidra, why I'm obsessed with it, why I'm in love with it, why Ellanah's in love with it, and why you all may fall in love with it. And then we're going to have a beautiful Yoga Nidra session led by Ellanah after we have a chat and discussion about it. And we're also going to share with you if you do feel drawn to experiencing more Yoga Nidra, the different places that Ellanah offers that for you. So, Ellanah, do you want to introduce yourself?
Yes, hello everyone, and everyone watching this later on the recording as well. So, my name is Ellanah, and Alicia is a dear friend. We met here in Costa Rica, where I live. And Yoga Nidra has been a deep passion of mine now for, gosh, it's been like a decade. And I'm really excited to share with you today because my relationship with it has changed so much over time. But we'll go into that later. I am a mama to a 1.5-year-old, and that's my main world at the moment. Before him, I spent pretty much all of my 20s teaching yoga full time in different places around the world and really devoting myself to those teachings, to learning. I lived in Asia for years and exploring both yoga and also other healing modalities like craniosacral therapy, Reiki, breath work, and all of them infused together into the Nidra. They kind of all overlap and inform one another. And I'm very excited to be here today with all of you.
Yay. Thanks for introducing yourself. And, you know, so I want to share a little bit about the benefits that I've experienced from Yoga Nidra. And then I'd love to dive into you sharing maybe the benefits you've received, but really like, what is it and how does it support us? Because you have such an eloquent way of explaining it. And it's so interesting to me because every time that I look into it, like yesterday, I was looking up Andrew Huberman clips because he's the one that actually got me into wanting to practice it more. I knew through our friendship you taught it. I've tried it a few times, but in 2023, I was studying dopamine really intensely. I was like, why do I always feel drawn to look at my phone? It's really annoying me. And I was like, what is this? And I just nerded out about dopamine and screen addiction and addictions of all kinds. And what I learned through Andrew is that um, Yoga Nidra allows us to reset our dopamine stores. It's like this reservoir, and we can get really depleted, but Yoga Nidra allows the reservoir to refill. And what dopamine does is it makes us motivated. It makes us creative. It's the chemical within our brain or the transmitter within our brain that is actually driving us to take action. So as I started to shift behaviors that weren't serving me, and I would feel like a bit like, for example, I one thing that I shifted was breaking my habit of scrolling on social media. And that was such a big deal because I was so used to it for so many years. And when I'd feel a pull to it, I would do Yoga Nidra. And it just like gave me what I really needed. And through that and practicing Nidra over and over again, I've noticed that it's made me more driven in my work, more motivated to take action, more creative. I feel deeply connected to myself. And it's so cool because it feels like this passive, effortless practice where I'm just laying there and you're guiding me to scan down my body, to just really, to me, it feels like I'm expanding and connecting with God or the universe, a higher power, maybe the quantum fields. And then in that place, we set little intentions into the subconscious. And it's like things start to manifest. So when I was practicing it really regularly, my business grew really fast, my social media grew really fast. And I know I also, of course, practice manifestation, but I swear this practice helped me embody this frequency of peace and joy and ease and abundance in such an effortless way. So much to the point that I've brought on Ellanah and I've hired her to teach in pretty much all of my courses so far this year. And it's been amazing. And my clients have been loving it as well. So thank you so much, Ellanah. And, I just really want to share that there's a lot of Yoga Nidra teachers out there, audios, videos that are super free. And Ellanah has free ones as well. But there's something about her you guys are going to experience later. Her energy, her voice, it's just, in my opinion, extra magical and my favorite person to guide me through. And it's definitely a bonus because we're also best friends. But I just really want to emphasize that because I'm not bringing her on just because she's my friend. It's because she's such a powerful healer and her voice and energy is so, there's definitely an energetic transmission that comes through beyond just Yoga Nidra from Ellanah. So yeah, those are some reasons that I love it. And Ellanah, I'd love to hear from you. Maybe can you just share with us like what is Yoga Nidra and what are some of the benefits? Like what's going on there?
For sure. And I love that share about the dopamine because that's actually an area of it that I haven't looked into as much. So I love hearing your experience and your research around that. It's kind of like, oh, more learning.
Mhm.
Um, yeah. And so Yoga Nidra itself is actually a state of being, and we practice that state of being. And that state of being is one of profound awareness. Essentially in the yogic teachings, it's a practice of coming home to your true nature, this true nature of infinite, this true nature of one with the universe, this true nature of limitless possibilities. And that's one key thing that's at the heart of it is one of the analogies that I love, which is actually from a beautiful teacher called Kamini Desai. She says that we walk around in life with our fists clenched, and what we're holding in our hand are all these grains of sand, which are beliefs, experiences that we haven't integrated, all of these things. And we steadily build up more and more and more. And there's just no space for new possibilities. There's no space for new kind of embodiments of self, new kind of chapters of life, because we are just so full with what we subconsciously are thinking and believing. And with Yoga Nidra, this is kind of, we're clenching, we start to drop to the bottom of the ocean of our consciousness, which is out of the waking mind, deep into deep, deep, deep sleep states, deep into your subtle bodies. And the deeper you go, the more this hand starts to relax because your perspective shifts. So it's almost like if you're playing in the waves in the ocean and they're pretty crazy and full on and you're feeling super scared, and then you dive under and go really deep and you discover that actually it's just stillness underneath it, then your perspective of the waves is going to shift. They maybe are not so scary anymore. You maybe feel more kind of like powerful and full in the midst of all the chaos because you're aware of this stillness. And at that still point, the hand starts to open. And we start to realize we're not necessarily who we believed we were. We're not all these grains of sands, all these belief patterns. We're actually this open hand full of possibility. And that's just one aspect of it. There's so much to it. And from the outside, you're simply lying down. Looks like you're in Shavasana. You're taking a beautiful nap and you're being guided in that lying down position. Yoga Nidra also translates as yogic sleep. So it's the yoga of sleep. But what's happening is something very, very profound. And I hope that you all get to experience that today, just how powerful this practice can be. Because what is happening there too is so we have our waking consciousness and our waking life. And then when we go to sleep, we normally shut down the brain and we're not conscious. But in Yoga Nidra, you're going into sleep states of consciousness, so dreaming and deep dreamless sleep with an awake consciousness. And this is a place where our brain waves are slower. So as you go to sleep, your brain waves start to slow down and slow down. You start to relax. And there's all kinds of things that happen at these slower brain waves. So, for example, our stress hormones start being digested. We start integrating experiences that we've had. We integrate emotions. We integrate kind of thoughts. This is where our dreams start to come in. Our dreams are often places where we're integrating. And our cells start to regenerate. So we need a certain amount of deep sleep every day to actually be healthy and vital and to be balanced and in homeostasis. And with Nidra practice, we start to consciously go there so that we can then start drawing these deeper relaxation states into our waking life. And it also means that when we go to sleep, our body more easily drops into those deep states. So some of you might find that with your sleep, you often wake up and you don't feel rested, where you feel like you've kind of been, maybe you haven't fully received rest, even if you've been in bed for 8 hours. And that might be because you're not going into your delta, into your slowest brain waves. And so the more we practice Yoga Nidra, actually, that can start to help us have more restful sleep. So that's kind of one aspect of it as well. Um, yeah, and it's an adaptogenic practice. So I actually, Kimberly, should I be doing this if I plan to work out at 6:37? You should actually be fine because what can happen. So it's very interesting, this practice. So you might fall asleep during it. And for some of you, that might be the end of your night and you go to bed after and you relax really deeply. If you're kind of re-getting yourself going afterwards, you might find that you have more energy than you expected because it refills your tank. So like I have an example from my early 20s when I was living in Thailand in this yoga community, but they would have parties kind of twice a week. And I remember one week with the party, I was like, no, I'm way too tired. I'm just going to bed. Like it's sun's just gone down. I'm having a quiet night in with a cup of tea. I'm so exhausted. I'm teaching all week. And I lay down and did a yoga nidra, thinking like, okay, then I'm gonna go to sleep. And then I woke up and I was like, whoa, actually, I want to dance. So I went, and here's Lauren wants to go to sleep afterwards. You can easily go to sleep too. I mean, it's Alicia's
It's
smiling.
like it's like something you have to experience for yourself. If I'm really tired and I do yoga nidra, I actually typically can't complete the nidra. Like I fall asleep or I turn it off. I'm like, okay, it's time to sleep. And my favorite time to do it is actually like around 12, 1, 2 p.m. Because I kind of start, if I'm have a busy day, I start to kind of hit a slump. And I do nidra and it's like I just slept a whole night. I'm like energized, but it's this energy that's deeply relaxed. It feels very authentic. It's very like I can go about the day now. It's not like that like anxious energy. It's got the power to do both, which is super amazing.
Yeah, it's like deep, deep, sustainable energy. It's like the
Yeah.
opposite of a caffeine rush. It's like the release of truly like your deepest energy from within.
Mhm.
It's very like it's a very balanced energy release.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's so cool to be relaxed and energized at the same time. Yeah, there's no
Yeah,
movement.
yeah, just stillness. You just get to lie down and receive. Well, I would say if you like have a lot of energy, sometimes it can be good to kind of shake or move a bit before, just to kind of like get your get things more settled.
Mhm.
But if you're planning to go to sleep afterwards, it's an amazing practice to do to get to sleep as well. So a lot of people who have insomnia and they have trouble getting to sleep, um, they will do yoga nidra and it will help them fall asleep, which is so it's not necessarily what it was meant for, but but it's amazing for that as well.
Yeah. And
So people like it at different times. Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, I was just going to say, I think we can all agree that we live in a world where I'd say a large majority of people are actually trying to relax more. They're trying to calm their minds and they're trying to achieve some sort of result that will bring them deep peace, deep joy, deep happiness. And this, I feel, is like a secret superpower that allows us to drop into that and to actually, what Ellanah was saying, it trains our nervous system and our minds to not only relax in that maybe 30-minute yoga nidra session, but to bring it into our waking life, to walk through life with more relaxation, with more peace, with more ease, which is super magnetic. When our mind isn't firing everywhere and you're kind of more present, more relaxed, and feeling more abundant in your body, you're attracting more abundance to you and you're having more abundant ideas. So it overflows into the areas of manifesting very effortlessly. And I really feel like it's this secret superpower that supports all areas of life. And, Ellanah, I'm curious to hear from you. You, so you teach yoga nidra, like maybe one-on-one on Insight Timer inside of my courses, but you also have two courses you teach a year, right? And you have one coming up around the womb. And I'm curious, like, I mean, I don't even really know much about what's the importance of connecting with the womb and how does Yoga Nidra support that?
Beautiful. So, wow, that's a deep question. Because I feel like for women, like that is the journey of womanhood, really is connecting with your womb. And society, like Western society, is very disconnected from the power of the womb. I mean, if we look at kind of the laws around maternity leave and birth and the menstrual time, I mean, it's crazy. It's really not in support of women and the power of women and the medical system. So the importance of connecting with your womb is coming home actually to your intuition as a woman. Like your womb is this home of inner intuition. It tells you all about discernment, like what to really let in to your life and what to not. Um, it has a lot of wisdom. Each month as a woman, we go through birth, life, and death cycles. We release an egg each month, and so we get to experience that death, that release. So within us, we carry the wisdom of the cycles of life. And that is kind of, I feel as a woman, as people born here into womanhood on the earth, like that is a profound path. And it's one that we walk from the moment we take our first breath to the moment we die. And it's endless. There's so much there. Um, it's also kind of the home of our femininity, of our sensuality, which when we tap into our sensuality, like life becomes so blissful and pleasurable, and like the mundane suddenly is not mundane anymore. It's one of the gifts of sensuality. But in order to really kind of hone into that, we need to have a connection with our womb and with our pleasure center and with our creativity and power of creation as women. And there's so much more. I feel I could like speak about that for hours. And the way Yoga Nidra can help us. So womb Nidra was actually something I'd done it before, but after giving birth to my son, it, it became this integral practice for me to reconnect to my sensuality as a woman. My partner and I actually went through a very challenging time during postpartum. And that was kind of the healing balm for me to kind of reconnect home to my essence as woman, to reclaim my sensuality, my sexuality, to really like embody kind of the power of like, wow, I just gave birth. And like my womb is a miracle. And there's more than that. It kind of, so if we go on a womb nidra journey, you'll all see when we do the yoga nidra practice today, but the first part is body rotations. So starting to bring awareness into your body parts. And there's a term called interoception, which is another sense we have. So we think we have five senses, but there's more. And interoception is the ability to feel inside the body, touchy like, and we all carry it. With a womb nidra, we go into feeling all of the different structures of the womb and the yoni and bringing awareness there and starting to kind of reignite sensation and notice what feelings are there, notice kind of what pleasures are there, all of these different things. And then as we move through the more subtle bodies, we do womb energetics, like kind of working with womb heart breath, working with imagery that promotes different themes around the womb. But for me, it's been a really beautiful practice and a very powerful one too. So I'm excited to share it in May. It's coming up really soon.
Yeah, it's May 3rd. It's coming up very soon. Yeah, and
I
you know,
went
I
3
feel
days.
like yeah, we live in a society again where it's like, you know, I feel like our ancestors connected to their wombs and saw it very sacred. But I know for myself growing up, me and all my friends, we would say, like, oh, I hate my period. Like, these cramps are awful. This is the worst week ever. And, you know, now it's very transitioned into, for me, it's this, for me and my roommates and my friends here in Bali, it's like the sacred time to go within, to allow my body to release what's ready to be released, not just physically, but emotionally and energetically. And, you know, I've learned a lot about this from you. I'm excited to learn even more. And I've learned from this other woman who teaches, her name's Kim Anami. She teaches a lot about sexuality. And she says she firmly believes that the reason there's such a high amount of infertility and PCOS and hormone issues is because we've energetically cut ourselves off from our womb, from our vagina, from our pleasure centers. So when we energetically cut ourselves off from that, of course, they stop functioning properly. And yeah, it's really cool. Her mission is she's actually paired with all of these doctor offices and like all of these doctors are sending people to her, which is amazing because reconnecting to that has supported women and getting pregnant and healing PCOS. And I just remembered that the first womb meditation I ever did, this is crazy. My period was super, super, super painful and very inconsistent for probably the prior year. I did one womb meditation and the next one it started coming regularly and the pain went away.
Oh,
Isn't that wild?
wow.
Yeah. So I'm really excited to see the benefits of this womb nidra course that you'll be teaching. Um, yeah, I think it'll be magical. So if anyone feels the call to that, I guess, Ellanah, can you share? Um, so whenever we dive into this nidra in a few minutes, what Ellanah's going to do is you're going to feel so relaxed at the end. She's going to end the call so that we are not talking and getting back into the logical mind after. So, Ellanah, can you share how people, I guess, where you teach Yoga Nidra and how people can find you?
Yeah, sure. So at the moment, I have a few nidras on Insight Timer, which I guess we can send in the link with the replays. Um, so that's one way you can just kind of enjoy free nidra whenever you want. And then, as Alicia said, I teach twice a year. So one is the womb nidra course that's coming up in a few days. And then the other course is just a general nidra course, and I do that in the autumn time. So Dallas, you're going to be on there. Um, And that's kind of just diving into the philosophy and the physiology behind Nidra. So and each week you do a Nidra. So it's kind of guiding you deeper into your practice and really learning more about it, like about brainwave states and um, the nervous system and all kinds of different things, and supporting you and integrating that. And then you can also work with me one-on-one as well if you'd like to kind of have personalized Nidras and have guidance around integrating it, and just kind of generalized kind of holistic life support as well that infuses Nidra. So you can find me that way. So those are all the different ways.
Amazing. And Ellanah is going
On
to
some of
be
Alicia's things.
so she's been guest teaching inside of the membership a bit, inside of my Love Embodied course, and in my next group coaching program, it's called Quantum Leap into Abundance. It's a 6-week journey where we meet 3 times a week live, and instead of me teaching to you, it's really a more advanced manifestation program where everything we do is energetic. And it's the intention is stabilizing your nervous system, your subconscious, and your conscious mind in the energy and frequency of abundance, of ease, of effortlessness. So, of course, I had to ask Ellanah to teach once a week for us, and she is. So that's another option as well. We'll put all of this information in the replay. Are there any questions from anyone? Go ahead and share it in the chat. And Ellanah, was there anything you wanted to add? I know we could talk about Yoga Nidra for ages, and we have a whole podcast episode sharing even more, which I'll put in the replay email as well. But yeah, is there anything you're feeling drawn to share?
I think I just want to share how grateful I am for you as well. Like you just sharing about the upcoming course kind of like sparked this like, oh, because I feel like I've learned so much from you actually about the potential of Nidra, like when it comes to manifestation and abundance and tapping into that innate abundance, because that is home of our true nature. So it's been really exciting to actually work together, and it's inspired me to keep growing.
Thank you.
Lauren, what is the difference between yoga nidra and meditation? So ultimately, they actually both lead us to the same deep zero state, 0 point state, and can share that actually the reason I started doing nidra and why I fell so in love with nidra was because I was trying to get into meditation, and I had some very strict meditation teachers, very traditional, and I was really struggling with that. And I started doing yoga nidra, and it was almost like this like hand holding of taking you into a state of meditation to somatically experience like this is a meditative state. And then after that, like after my first one, suddenly my meditations were so deep because I'd accessed that state through the yoga nidra. Um, and so they go very much in parallel, and actually meditation has similar effects. It's like having a deep power nap. Um, you slow down your brain waves. I mean, there's different types of meditation. I guess one of the differences is yoga nidra, you're lying down, so there's more of this like deep somatic release and surrender, where meditation typically you're seated, and so there's more of this like activation in the body still, uh, to keep the spine long. But ultimately, they're both guiding you to this deep state of awareness.
Yeah, I'll expand on that. I mean, there's like hundreds of forms of meditation, but what typically people think of meditation is like following your breath. And typically meditation would be like training your mind to focus on the breath, focus on the present moment. So it's active. It's very active, like you're intentionally focusing on something. And I find in nidra it's very passive. You're like you are focusing on the areas of the body that she shifts you to, but it's more of this like relaxed mind, is how I experience it. So that's a bit of a difference. I'd say nidra is like a form of meditation, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yay. Okay. If there's not any more questions, you guys get to experience this magic now. Ellanah, I don't know if you want to add in a little break or if you want to dive in right now. What are you feeling?
Um, yeah, should we do 5 minutes just so that people can set up? Like
Sure. Yeah. If you
set
want to
up
go to the
their space.
restroom and set up, go ahead and tell them how to set up, and I'll kind of give the floor to you now. I'll switch the host.
Okay. So for the Nidra, you'll be lying down, ideally on a yoga mat or a supportive surface. And then I really love to have a pillow underneath my head, but also underneath my knees, because that helps your lower back to completely relax. If you're somewhere cold, you'll probably want a blanket because your body temperature will drop. Um, and also, some people enjoy having a very light scarf over the eyes. And for some people, that's not for them. So you can tune into yourself and what you feel around that. But the most important thing is that you feel comfortable, that you feel really held. So kind of like move distractions away from you, like really make this like a sanctuary for yourself. And we'll meet back in a few minutes.
Perfect. Thank you so much. See you guys in a few. Yes, you can do it in bed. I do it in bed. If I'm not going to sleep, I'll do it on top of my covers and I'll put like a cozy blanket on top of me just so that I'm not like in, under the covers in full sleep mode. And I'm going to set myself up, but Ellanah, I just want to say thank you so much for being here. I love you so much.
I
And
love
it's be
you.
magic.
Thank you. It's an honor to come and join you and share together. And yeah.
Yay.
Mm-hmm. And just a reminder for everyone that at the end, I'll leave the Zoom room open for a few minutes just so that the music can keep playing and you can have a little space to integrate. But then I'll just close the meeting room. And if in that time you have any questions, you can type them into the chat box and I'll answer in the chat. Um, and also afterwards, I'd recommend if you have the time and the space to do some journaling, to just kind of be soft and gentle with yourself and to really kind of take a few moments to listen, like, how has this affected my body? How has this affected my mind? Um, and one thing I will say too is that sometimes, so she does some things that are key to add in. Ultimately, you want to try to stay awake, um, but don't put effort into that. If your body falls asleep, it's because you need deep rest. And so there's a reason that your body is dropping into a sleep state, and just allow that. Don't fight against it. Don't activate your mind too much trying to do something, trying to stay awake and conscious. Um, and then on the opposite end of the spectrum is if there's been a lot going on in your mind and you're finding it hard to let go. If you're feeling like your mind is at front and center, then practice kind of this meditative awareness. Just smile at your mind and smile at your thoughts and deepen your breath. and even hold your breath for a few moments to just kind of short circuit any thoughts. So those are just some things, and to be compassionate with yourself as well in any experience that comes up. That this is really a practice of softness and gentleness, and yeah, loving compassion. So whatever experience you have, how can that be an opportunity for love and compassion? So is everyone nicely set up? Get some music for us. So just give me a little thumbs up if the music is good and voice balance. Perfect. Okay, love. So just having a little wiggle of your body, just nestling into your Nidra nest. Just knowing that this next 30 minutes or so is a time for you to completely receive, to be held, and to soften. And letting your eyes soften closed if they're not already. And breathing a deep breath in and pausing at the top. And as slowly as you can, exhaling out through the mouth, letting go. And again, deep inhale, pausing at the top. And as slowly as you can, exhaling, letting something go. And one more time, big inhale. Pausing in fullness. And long, slow out, letting go. And allowing your breath to soften into a natural rhythm. Letting it be completely effortless. As you start to notice the support beneath your body. Noticing if it feels hard or squishy. Noticing the support beneath the back of your head. It's really feeling this connection between the back of your head and either a pillow or the ground. Inviting your whole head to drop and soften into that support. Letting go. Noticing the support beneath the backs of your shoulders. And beneath the entire length of your right arm, from shoulder down to fingers and hand. Letting go into the support. Noticing the support beneath the entire left arm, from fingers to shoulder. Letting go into the support. Noticing the support beneath the back of your heart. Really allowing your heart to feel held. Letting go into the support. And feeling your middle back and your lower back held, supported. And feeling your pelvis supported. And letting go. Feeling your whole right leg from hip to toes held. Letting go. And feeling your whole left leg from hip to toes held. And letting go. Feeling your whole body from head to toe deeply held, deeply supported. Letting go. Inviting your awareness to rest at the loving space of your heart. A space of deep inner wisdom, of compassion and peace. And from this place, inviting these words to ripple through your body 3 times, silently. I soften home to my innate enoughness. I soften home to my innateness. I soften home to my innate enoughness. Inviting your awareness to come to the tip of your tongue and noticing all of the sensations present at the tip of your tongue. An abundance of sensation, an abundance of light. Feeling the whole length of the tongue. Noting the sensations present throughout the whole tongue. Noticing sensations at the roof of the mouth. And at the inner cheeks, the teeth, and the lips. Feeling the whole inside of the mouth radiant with sensation. Inviting awareness back through the mouth to the right inner ear and the left inner ear, the right outer ear and the left outer ear. Noticing sensations at the right eye and the left eye, and the space between the eyebrows. Noticing sensations at the space between the eyebrows, softening. Noticing sensations along the length of the nose and at the upper lip and the lower lip, the chin and the jaw. And inviting your awareness back inside the mouth, along the length of the tongue, all the way down to the center of the throat. Just noticing sensations at the center of the throat. Lovingly embracing everything that you feel. And flowing from the throat down to the heart space, this inner sanctuary of love. Noticing sensations, what textures of feelings are present at the heart. Lovingly embracing each sensation. And feeling your awareness expand from the heart up into the right shoulder. Feeling the right shoulder expanding down through the right upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, palm of the right hand, the right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Feeling all of the fingers on the right hand. Feeling the whole right arm from fingertips to shoulder. whole right arm, and inviting awareness over to the left shoulder, and down through the left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, wrist, palm of the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Feeling all of the fingers on the left hand. And feeling the whole left arm from fingertips to shoulder. Softening deeply home to the heart space once more. Bathing in the love of the heart. And awareness flows from the heart to the solar plexus. And down to the belly button, the lower belly, and the pubic bone. Feeling deep into the right hip, right thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the right foot, sole of the foot, right big toe, second, third, fourth, and baby toe. Feeling the whole right leg from toe tips to hip, whole right leg. Inviting awareness to the left hip. Feeling deep into the left hip. And down into the left thigh, knee, lower leg, ankle, top of the foot, sole of the foot, left big toe, second, third, fourth, and little toe. Feeling the whole left leg from toes to hip. Feeling both of the legs, the right leg, the left leg, and the pulse. Feeling the whole lower body. And feeling the whole right arm and the whole left arm. Feeling the whole right side of the body, the right leg, right arm, right torso, whole right side of the body. And feeling the whole left side of the body, whole left side, radiant with sensation. And feeling the whole body, both legs, arms, head, and torso. Having an experience of the whole body. inviting awareness to the center of the belly and beginning to notice the movement of breath here. With every inhale, belly rises, and with every exhale, belly falls. And following this movement of breath, inhale rising and exhale falling. And adding a count to next inhale 11 and exhale 11. Inhale 10 and exhale 10. And continuing all the way to 1. And when you reach 1, coming back to 11. If you lose count, coming back to 11. Simply following the rising and falling of breath. Letting go of the count, allowing the breath to flow effortlessly, naturally. As you start to invite a feeling of heaviness into the body, feeling heavy like rock, heavy like earth from head to toe. How does it feel to experience heaviness? And feeling this transform to a sense of lightness, feeling as light feather from head to toe, feeling lightness through the whole body. And experiencing heaviness and lightness at the same time. How would it feel to experience heaviness and lightness simultaneously? Letting go, inviting a sense of emptiness through the body. How does it feel to feel empty? Empty like an infinite dark night sky, It's feeling emptiness. I'm feeling this transform to a sense of fullness. How does fullness feel in the body? Fullness of an abundant garden. Experiencing fullness. Welcoming the experience of both fullness and emptiness. Experiencing fullness and emptiness. Like a dark, infinite, empty night sky filled with thousands of glistening stars. A dark night sky filled with thousands of glistening stars. Emptiness and fullness. Finding yourself gazing up at this infinite night sky filled with breathtaking constellations of sparkling stars, while you float on a warm, nurturing, calm lake, feeling nourished and held by the waters. Feeling these waters soothe your mind and soothe your heart. Nothing to do, simply surrendering to being, surrendering to the peace of this moment. By the lake, inspired by the stars above. Feeling a deep sense of gratitude, wholeness, and fulfillment here in this moment. Floating under a sky of impossibilities, allowing yourself to receive all that you need. Welcoming all that you need from the vast expanse. Simply by being. silently vibrating the words 3 times. Soften home to my innate enoughness. I soften to my innate enoughness. I soften home to my innate enoughness. Smiling in gratitude for this peaceful healing lake and the infinite sky above. As you begin to become aware of your body, deepening your breath, noticing the beneath your body. And resting here as long as you need. When you feel ready to awaken, moving gently and mindfully, knowing this practice of Yoga Nidra is complete. Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat, Hari Om Tat Sat.